Hello, my name is FractureVoronoi. I am a information technology major with a minor in digital entertainment as well. In the digital entertainment technology field, I am a 3D modeler, and I use the 3ds Max program created by Autodesk. What I'll be showing today is a script known as FractureVoronoi. And it is a fracture script. It has its own characteristics that set it apart from a few others. And I will be showing exactly how that's used and how I use them on some of my objects. So here you see we just have a cube, and it kind of looks like an earth a little bit because they're actually two separate objects that I meshed together. I'll go ahead and show you what the end result looks like first, and I'll show you how I got there, and as well as a few of my other projects that I've done. So to start, I'll go ahead and play the animation. So as you can see, it takes that green part, which was a separate object that I meshed with it, and it explodes into fractures into hundreds of different little pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and reset it, and then I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So I'm going to create a cube. It's selected. Good. Perfect. I'm going to isolate this so it's all in one thing here, and create a plane for all the pieces to plop on. Let's make this 5 and 5, and I'll move this over just a little bit and move this down. Great. So now I'm going to go ahead and introduce the script. Okay, so I have it here. I put it on my desktop. I have my own folder in my desktop here. It's got everything it needs in it, including my script. So I'm going to go ahead and select this here. So the way it works is you pick an object, which is right there. And you can say how many iterations and how many parts you want it in. And for this example, I'm just going to do 12. Seems like a good number. Since it's just this singular object that will be crumbling, the difference is that I'm not actually adding any separate object to this, so it'll be the whole object itself. So I'm going to raise this up just a little bit more. Here we go. And I will go ahead and break this into 12 pieces. There we go. So as you can see, it's put into a few pieces there. Now what I will do is I'm going to add a rigid body, and that'll be dynamic. Since what I'm doing here is I'm just going to let gravity do the work for this, since I'm showing exactly how the script works. Now I'll make this a rigid body. And the rigid body, from my knowledge, it's exactly what it says. It's rigid, doesn't have any motion. It can if there's something applied to it, but it's mostly just, it's static. It's not really supposed to move. It's supposed to be a base. And then here, I'm giving this guy, I'm giving it dynamic, which can have motion applied to it indirectly. So for this example, there will be gravity, which is the indirect force. I could also, if it's like a building or a wall or something, I could have something move and go through it, which would be kinematic, which is an object in motion. And then at the last second, you can, depending on what keyframe it is, you could switch it back to dynamic on that specific keyframe, and it'll go through the wall, and it'll just kind of roll away instead of just going from point A to point B. So either way, for this example, I'm doing dynamic and physical material preset. I'll do cardboard. If I have an object in motion, that object will be either like steel or concrete. Usually concrete, because I like the preset a little bit better. And I like to have a little heavier than the object that's being destroyed. So either way, so there we go. And I'll go ahead and play this here. There you go. You see it just kind of crumbles apart there. I'll reset that. So that's what that does. So that's the first project, and then let me delete that and end the isolation. So that's basically how I did this, except the only difference is that I actually had a plane and I had it over it. Oh no, let's go this way. And I just I meshed the plane with the cube. So that's how I did that, and I showed you that animation already. So let me show a few other examples. Don't save. Factory destruction. Yes. So this one here shows something that has an object in motion. I'm going to show, let's go this viewport. So this actually has the kinematic rigid body preset to it. I do not have it where it rolls away. This project it was actually for a game I was designing, so it didn't matter if it rolled away because I want all the objects kind of centralized. Here, as you can see, here's the object that's put into quite a few different pieces. Here it's going to impact around here, and as you can see, there's a lot of smaller pieces because what you can do with this script is, let me open this real quick. So if I have an object, I can select this object right here, and I can break this into further pieces. So if I had it here, I'd run the script a few times in this general area, just so it looks like it looks legitimate. You know, if it's going to be closer, you're going to have the smaller particles and impact from further distance of the object on the impact zone. So either way, so I'm going to go ahead and play this animation with the object in motion. And there you go. So I'm going to pause that there. So you can see here that some of the smaller objects have gone farther. I just went from point A to point B, so there's that little meteor, or whatever you'd like to call that object in motion. I'll go ahead and continue playing. As you can tell, it's just from point A to point B. So there you go. That's about it. Thank you again for watching this animation video, and I hope you enjoyed it.